Hello and welcome to this new video from the 5-Minute Exam English channel. In this video, I'm going to present 30 words and phrases that you can use to talk about films or movies if you prefer that word. I hope you enjoy the video. In this photo, we have some people who are talking about their favourite film. Is there a film that you've watched again and again, and you have no idea how many times you've seen it? If that's true for you, then I have this excellent phrase. I've lost count of how many times I've watched it. These words mean full of. So in this film, there's lots and lots of action. But films can also be, for example, packed with jokes, tension, or great characters. CGI means computer-generated imagery. CGI refers to the visual effects that were created on computers. Soundtrack means music that is used in a movie. For some films, you can buy the soundtrack separately. The biggest selling soundtrack of all time is from The Bodyguard. A script is the text of a film. It tells you what the actors are going to say. Here's an example. When you say something does it for me, that means it's perfectly suited to me. It's something I always enjoy. This phrase means that the film comes from a book with the same title. It's a nice, elegant phrase to use. And of course, there are many films that are based on a book of the same name. An eponymous hero is a character, almost always the main character, whose name is also the title of the book, movie, or play. The eponymous hero in Harry Potter, for example, is Harry Potter. Number 1 simply means favourite. So if you say, for example, my number 1 film is Star Wars, that means that Star Wars is your favourite film. Next, we have genre. It's a word that we English speakers have taken from French. Genre means type of art, music, writing, film, etc. Genres of film include comedy, action, and sci-fi. Genres of music include opera, hip-hop, and rock. If you say, I'm hooked on something, it means you're addicted to it. It's a phrase we typically use to talk about entertainment items that we can't escape from, like computer games, films, and TV programs. A script writer is, as you can probably guess, someone who writes the script of a film. Isn't it strange that there aren't many famous script writers when you consider the important job that they do? In this photo, we have 2 people who are debating whether it's better to watch films at home or at the cinema. You can use this expression to describe something that you believe is the best. Make sure that you use an ing verb after this expression. I used the word cinema just a few seconds ago. However, if you were from America, you probably wouldn't say cinema. You would use these words instead. One big reason for going to the cinema, in my opinion, is because it gives you an immersive experience. This means that you feel involved in the film, like you're part of it. Think about it. The big screen, the incredible sound, and the darkness in a cinema all help to give you that immersive experience. I've highlighted popcorn because I want you to remember something important. This word is an uncountable noun. That means we must use it in the singular form. So if you say, I love popcorns, that's a mistake. A trailer is an advertisement for a film that will appear in cinemas at a later date. We see trailers before the main film begins. Some people appreciate them, but some people say they take too long. Streaming services are those online platforms that allow you to watch films and TV shows whenever you want. Netflix and Amazon Prime are famous examples of streaming services. In a few moments, I'm going to show you a description of a very famous film. You'll have the opportunity to learn some very useful words and phrases for describing a film or a TV program. This is a description of Titanic. It's probably the world's favourite movie. Personally, I've never watched it, but I know many people love it. Now let's examine the description. Blockbuster means a film that is very successful and makes a lot of money. When we want to describe what happens in a film, we can use this nice phrase. This word, doomed, means certain to die or be destroyed. Of course, you can't use this word to describe every film, but it's definitely a good word to describe the Titanic. If you want to talk about the location of a film or the time period it shows, you can use the verb to be followed by set, like in this example. The word cast means actors in a TV show, film, or play. Titanic has a large cast, so that means there were many actors working on the film. You've probably heard of the word star to describe a famous person. Megastar is a very famous person who is known all over the planet. And now we have star as a verb. If someone stars in a film, it means that they are one of the main actors in it. We can also use this phrase to talk about the actors in a film and their characters. Hit the big screens means arrive in cinemas. Here, the phrase is in the past tense, but you could also use it to talk about the future. For example, I've just seen a trailer for the new Batman film. I can't wait for it to hit the big screen. Here's a good synonym for the words film and movie. Motion picture is quite formal, and it's normally used in writing. So here's a challenge for you. Why not write a short description of your favourite film and send it as a comment? I'll be happy to check your text. Please make sure your description is a maximum of 100 words. Next, I want to introduce some interesting compound words. A film buff, or a movie buff, if you prefer, is a person who is very interested in films and knows a lot about them. A film critic is a person who writes reviews about movies for a newspaper or a website. A filmgoer is someone who goes to the cinema regularly and really enjoys watching films. A filmmaker refers to a director or a producer of films. Finally, a film premiere is the first night of a film. you can see the famous red carpet during a premiere. Of course, there are many more words and phrases that are related to the world of film and cinema, so I invite you to write and share some vocabulary that you know. I'm now going to repeat some of the words and phrases used in this video so you can hear the pronunciations one more time. Soundtrack, script, eponymous hero, hooked on, scriptwriter, immersive experience, trailer, streaming service, Blockbuster, doomed, megastar, motion picture, film buff, film critic, film goer, premiere.